Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Money that is invested with an expectation of profit. The ceremonial act of clothing someone in the insignia of an office. The formal promotion of a person to an office or rank. The act of investing. Laying out money or capital in an enterprise with the expectation of profit. Outer layer or covering of an organ or part or organism. The act of putting on robes or vestments. The commitment of something other than money, time, energy, or effort, to a project with the expectation of some worthwhile result. This job calls for the investment of some hard thinking. Money that is invested with an expectation of profit. The ceremony of installing a new monarch. The ceremonial act of clothing someone in the insignia of an office. The formal promotion of a person to an office or rank. The act of investing. Laying out money or capital in an enterprise with the expectation of profit. Anything of material value or usefulness that is owned by a person or company. A message issued in behalf of some product or cause or idea or person or institution. The advancement of some enterprise. Encouragement of the progress or growth or acceptance of something. Act of raising in rank or position. Obtain or provide money for. Can we finance the addition to our home? Sell or provide on credit. The branch of economics that studies the management of money and other assets. The commercial activity of providing funds and capital. The management of money and credit and banking and investments. A natural protective body covering and sight of the sense of touch. A natural protective body covering and sight of the sense of touch. A member of any of several British or American groups consisting predominantly of young people who shave their heads. Some engage in white supremacist and anti-immigrant activities, and this leads to the perception that all skinheads are racist and violent. Climb awkwardly, as if by scrambling. Remove the bark of a tree. The rind of a fruit or vegetable. Strip the skin off. A natural protective body covering and sight of the sense of touch. Your skin is the largest organ of your body. Body covering of a living animal. Bruise, cut, or injure the skin or the surface of. The boy skinned his knee when he fell. A person whose head is bald or shaved. A bag serving as a container for liquids. It is made from the hide of an animal. An outer surface, usually thin. The skin of an airplane. A person's skin regarded as their life. He tried to save his skin. The activity of getting dressed, putting on clothes. Activity leading to skilled behavior. Making fertile as by applying fertilizer or manure. The activity of getting dressed, putting on clothes. A mixture of seasoned ingredients used to stuff meats and vegetables. A cloth covering for a wound or sore. Savory dressings for salads, basically of two kinds, either the thin French or vinaigrette type or the creamy mayonnaise type. The act of applying a bandage. Processes in the conversion of rough hides into leather. The trait of sincere and steadfast fixity of purpose. A message that makes a pledge. The trait of sincere and steadfast fixity of purpose. A man of energy and commitment. The official act of consigning a person to confinement, as in a prison or mental hospital. The act of binding yourself, intellectually or emotionally, to a course of action. His long commitment to public service. An engagement by contract involving financial obligation. His business commitments took him to London. An investment that is very risky but could yield great profits. He knew the stock was a speculation when he bought it. A message expressing an opinion based on incomplete evidence. A hypothesis that has been formed by speculating or conjecturing, usually with little hard evidence. Speculations about the outcome of the election. Continuous and profound contemplation or musing on a subject or series of subjects of a deep or abstruse nature. An investment that is very risky but could yield great profits. Proceed somewhere despite the risk of possible dangers. We ventured into the world of high-tech and bought a supercomputer. Put at risk. Put forward, of a guess, in spite of possible refutation. A commercial undertaking that risks a loss but promises a profit. Any venturesome undertaking, especially one with an uncertain outcome. A kind of hedged investment meant to capture slight differences in price. When there is a difference in the price of something on two different markets, the arbitrager simultaneously buys at the lower price and sells at the higher price. Practice arbitrage, as in the stock market. A joint venture between a foreign company and a United States company. Investing in United States businesses by foreign citizens often involves stock ownership of the business. The mechanical advantage gained by being in a position to use a lever. Investing with borrowed money as a way to amplify potential gains, at the risk of greater losses. Provide with leverage. We need to leverage this company. Strategic advantage. Power to act effectively. Relatively small groups can sometimes exert immense political leverage. Supplement with leverage. Leverage the money that is already available. Investing with borrowed money as a way to amplify potential gains, at the risk of greater losses. Thin protective membrane in some protozoa. Cancel or discharge a debt. Pay up, please. Dedicate. Pay attention to. Convey, as of a compliment, regards, attention, etc., bestow. Don't pay him any mind. Do or give something to somebody in return. Does she pay you for the work you are doing? Something that remunerates. He wasted his pay on drink. Bring in. How much does this savings certificate pay annually? Bear, a cost or penalty, in recompense for some action. You'll pay for this. Be worth it. It pays to go through the trouble. Discharge or settle. Pay a debt. Give money, usually in exchange for goods or services. Make a compensation for. Render. Pay a visit. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. I cannot bear his constant criticism. Have on one's person. Bear a scar. Bring forth. Take on as one's own the expenses or debts of another person. She agreed to bear the responsibility. Behave in a certain manner. Cause to be born. Have rightfully. Of rights, titles, and offices. She bears the title of Duchess. Contain or hold. Have within. Bring in. Interest-bearing accounts. Support or hold in a certain manner. Be pregnant with. She is bearing his child. An investor with a pessimistic market outlook. An investor who expects prices to fall and so sells now in order to buy later at a lower price. Have. Bear a resemblance. Massive plantigrade carnivorous or omnivorous mammals with long shaggy coats and strong claws. Move while holding up or supporting. Bear a heavy load. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Be the cause or source of. End resistance, as under pressure or force. The door yielded to repeated blows with a battering ram. Move in order to make room for someone for something. Consent reluctantly. Give or supply. This year's crop yielded 1,000 bushels of corn. Be flexible under stress of physical force. Give in, as to influence or pressure. Give over. Surrender or relinquish to the physical control of another. The quantity of something, as a commodity, that is created, usually within a given period of time. Be willing to concede. Bring in. Production of a certain amount. An amount of a product. Be fatally overwhelmed. Cause to happen or be responsible for. Cease opposition. Stop fighting. Adopt as a belief. I subscribe to your view on abortion. Receive or obtain regularly. Mark with one signature. Write one's name, on. Pay. An amount of money, as a contribution to a charity or service, especially at regular intervals. Offer to buy, as of stocks and shares. The broker subscribed 500 shares. A massive monument with a square base and 4 triangular sides, begun by Cheops around 2700 BC as royal tombs in ancient Egypt. A polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangular sides with a common vertex. Arrange or build up as if on the base of a pyramid. Enlarge one's holdings on an exchange on a continued rise by using paper profits as margin to buy additional amounts. Increase rapidly and progressively step by step on a broad base. Stock market. A series of transactions in which the speculator increases his holdings by using the rising market value of those holdings as margin for further purchases. Use or deal in, as of stock or commercial transaction, in a pyramid deal. Astrology. A person who is born while the sun is in Taurus. Uncomplimentary terms for a policeman. Push or force. He bulled through his demands. Speak insincerely or without regard for facts or truths. The second sign of the zodiac. The sun is in this sign from about April 20th to May 20th. Obscene words for unacceptable behavior. I put up with a lot of bullshit from that jerk. The center of a target. A formal proclamation issued by the Pope, usually written in antiquated characters and sealed with a leaden bulla. A large and strong and heavy-set man. He was a bull of a man. Advance in price. Stocks were bulling. An investor with an optimistic market outlook. An investor who expects prices to rise and so buys now for resale later. A serious and ludicrous blunder. He made a bad bull of the assignment. Mature male of various mammals of which the female is called cow, e.g. whales or elephants or especially cattle. Try to raise the price of stocks through speculative buying. Uncastrated adult male of domestic cattle. Buy stocks or shares of a company.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.